All right, we are about to cook. So, as you know, I have done the fruit feast, the 31-day fruit feast in January, and I'm moving more towards a healthy lifestyle as far as moving my body and eating. And so this is part of that. Sometimes I just have a taste for some savory foods and not sweet fruits, and that's okay. So every once in a while, I will make a quick and easy dish. Yes, 7. Yes, we hear you. We hear you. Lord. Like I said, every time I hit record, every time. So this is going to be a quick and easy dish. Not a lot of prep. It's mostly a lot of chopping because, it's vegetables. But other than that, it's just some roasting potatoes in the oven, sauteing some stuff in a pan, kind of a one pan situation because that's how I like to do. And I am using a little bit of plant-based meat. I used to eat this all the time. I do love the Italian hot sausage over the other sausage, the sweet sausage. This one I prefer. Has a little bit more spices in it, and I like that. I prefer Beyond just because no soy. Soy is not great for people of color, so I try to stay away from tofus and other soy type things as much as possible. So I'm going to show you what I do. This is Himalayan pink salt. I'm going to do a little bit. I also like to use this broccoli slaw. I don't think I'm going to use it today. I pulled it out to show you, but this broccoli slaw is really good when you don't want to cut a bunch of stuff. It's broccoli, carrots, and red cabbage already cut. It is for making coleslaw, but there's no sauce in here. So there's no nothing. There's no anything. It's just the vegetables cut up. Usually they're on sale or they're pretty cheap at most grocery stores, Walmart, Aldi, all places usually carry something like this. So I usually get this and keep it on hand. So when I don't have fresh vegetables, I can always saute this and an onion together and then maybe throw it on some rice or potatoes with it, something like that. It's a really good, quick, easy VanLife situation. It's a slim bag. It'll fit right in your little mini fridge or your 12-volt fridge or your cooler. It's perfect. All right, so we got that. Also want to show you what my seasoning is. Pretty much I'm using the Trader Joe's 21 Season Salute. I love this stuff. If you look at it, it does not have any sodium, no carbs, no fat, and no calories. It has onion, black pepper, celery seed, cayenne pepper, parsley, basil. It's got a bunch of good seasonings, 21 different seasonings. I like to use this as my seasoning. I also like the Mrs. Dash no salt option. Mrs. Dash has a no salt option. Those are good as well. Vegan free cheese, I never ever ever. So we're gonna put a little bit of this on top and see if I like it. It says 100% vegan. Probably won't use much of it just because it is soy free, dairy free, lactose free, nut free, no preservatives. but the main thing, ingredient of it is food starch, potato and corn. So I don't want too much of that in my diet. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on top and see, you know, what it tastes like. All right, let's get to sauteing these vegetables. My potatoes are done. I just drizzled them with a little olive oil and put them in for 20 minutes. And they are definitely tender in the middle. So I'm gonna pull those out and put them in the cast iron pan here to get some color on them and roast them just a teeny bit, just like literally a few seconds. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and saute these with a little bit of that 21 season salute, just to get a nice little coloring on them, that, you know, that coloring that comes from the cast iron pan. My zucchini is still kind of steaming in here. It's not quite ready. I put a little water in there with the oil, with the 21 season salute. I'm gonna take these potatoes and I'm gonna add a little bit of minced garlic to them. And I usually just buy the big thing of Nature's Promise minced garlic. If we look at this, it does have about 5 calories. It is mostly garlic. Unfortunately, it does have some citric acid in it to help, you know, do what it do. But it doesn't have any sodium or saturated fats and stuff like that. So I just use about a spoonful. And I'm even gonna put a little bit of the juice in there. I want to get a little color on these potatoes so they're not just white on the inside. And that cast iron pan will do that, you know. See how they're browning real good? Because they didn't do that in the air fryer. Now usually if I roast them in the regular oven, they will do that, and if you boil them, they won't have that coloring. So after you slice them and boil them, again, take them out just before fork tender so that you can get that 30 to 60 seconds in here of coloring. And then I'm gonna just turn this off and let it sit in there. So I'm gonna use my tongs to pull out the ones that are good to go, because I don't want them too soft. Like I said, I don't want to cook all the nutrients out. The ones that are kind of getting translucent in the middle, you're gonna take those out. Some of them were cut a little bit thinner, so they got done, and the ones that were sitting in the bottom obviously got done first too. So we're gonna trade places. Let the done ones come out. This is a good example of just before the translucent. Most vegetables, you want to catch them before they get too soft. He likes to hang out outside the kitchen door a lot of times because I usually run him out of the kitchen when I'm cooking. He's starting to learn. He knows if I'm gonna be in here for a few minutes, then he kind of just finds a spot to hang out at. Good boy, 7. Good learning. All right, all the zucchini is done. I have my onions, red onions, and I have my Beyond sausage. Now, if you want to know why I cut up the Beyond sausage, sometimes I will cook the Beyond sausage so that it is a whole link, and that's fine to do, and then I'll slice it up. But I kind of want a ground meat in this dish that I'm cooking. Again, I don't have a name for it. I'm not putting any more liquid into the pan. Onions sweat, so they will make their own moisture, and there was plenty of moisture left over. I am going to kind of split it up so that they're thinner layers. And again, you're going to cook these to that translucent but not mushy stage. So I'm going to cover this and let it do what it do. And I'm cooking this on a medium to medium high. I'm kind of going back and forth between medium and medium high. So that's kind of where I'm cooking these on. So he changed positions. He moved over here now. We have 2 entrances into our kitchen, and I thought this was going to be a really difficult situation because I couldn't block them off. But he's been good so far. He tends to know when I mean no. So far. So he knows when I'm cooking that I don't want him near the kitchen area, the stove area. So he tends to just find a spot and chill. Because he's such a good boy. Who's a good boy? 7. Such a good boy. If you're enjoying this video and finding this information informative, funny, or helpful, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time a new video drops. Support the channel and the creation of new content by buying some merch. Okay, so those onions, see how they're cooking down? See how it was very full? If you go back in the video, you'll see how very full this was when I first put them in. And now they're starting to cook down. They're almost at that point of get ready to take them off. I'm thinking maybe another minute. I do like my onions to be slightly softer. I don't like too crunchy of an onion in my... All right, this is right where we want to be with the onion. It's starting to stick a little to the pan, and that's plenty. You don't want to cook away all the red coloring. A couple of them have already started to get paler and almost not look red oniony anymore like that one, so we're gonna stop right there. All right, now we're gonna do our Beyond meat, and like I said, I wanted it to be more like a ground meat, which is why I kind of cut it into little pieces, and I'll still kind of chop it up with my spoon to make them even smaller as they cook. So don't get discouraged that, okay, I'm doing all these different things in a different pan and you might be camping or in van life. I'm going to be doing another video of a easy meal, one pan. As a matter of fact, I'm going to use my cooktop to do it. So you can see that everything can be done in one pan. So I'm going to be doing another video in the coming week. So don't worry. If this seems like a lot, don't worry. We're going to be doing something for those of us that live and cook even simpler. Okay? Don't you worry. I got you covered. But yeah, I'm just chopping this up into little pieces, even smaller than I had originally cut it into, just so it mixes well with all the other contents of my bowl here. And I think I'm pretty much done. I'll give it maybe another minute. And I think we're going to be done, and we can mix all this together and try out this vegan cheese. Okie dokie, I got my glass baking dish just because I feel like I'm not going to be able to mix this in here. So I'm just going to dump everything in there. Just make my life a little easier when it comes to mixing. Now, I'm not going to use this shredded cheese on top of the whole thing here. I'm just going to put it on the portion that I eat. So let me get my dish and dish out my portion, and then we'll do that. Okay, here is my dish. As you know, I'm still getting a lot of my nutrition through fruits, so I still always eat a bowl of fruit with usually my food, or just before it or just after it. But here we go. I actually put this plate in the microwave for 30 seconds to see if this vegan cheese would kind of melt. It did not, but that's fine. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to use about a spoonful of this coconut liquid amino acids and a spoonful of this nutritional yeast on top as well. And I don't think it's necessary, but I know the amino acids to me adds a little flavor, so I like to put a little bit when I cook something. And sometimes I don't even put a full spoonful, but I don't do more than a spoonful. So I just want to drizzle that on just for some added flavor, because it's a little bit too salty. And same thing with the nutritional yeast. Probably should have did the nutritional yeast first since it's dry. But yeah, just a little bit of that. Because nutritional yeast does have a cheesy flavor to it, so there's that. And both of those are Bragg brand, which makes a great apple cider vinegar too. If you're using that for cleaning your fruits and cleaning your vegetables, apple cider vinegar works. All right, now I'm going to taste it. I'm gonna make sure I get a little bit of everything. Some Brussels sprout, just get a little piece of potato. Let's see what we got. Okay. I'm not mad at it. It's delicious. All right. Listen, if you try this recipe or something similar, let me know. Tell me down in the comments if you have a good, simple recipe that you can share with the rest of us down in the comments. If you want to show us a picture of your beautiful creation, go over and join us at the bffvillage.mn.co and share your pictures of your creations, okay? Let us know. Share pictures of you cooking by the water, at a campground, at home, wherever you're cooking, and then show a picture of your creation. I'll see you over there. Don't forget to be good to yourself, kind to others, and whatever your journey, enjoy it. If you're looking for more content, check out the video on your screen. If you're looking for ways to support production of content, check out the merch shop.